Thursday. You ready for some thoughts? This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio.
Good job, P. You look so cute in your fluffy hat.
Oh,
I love
thank
it when you
you.
wear your fluffy hat.
It's my Venetian style beret.
I know. I'm just so sad you can't find a really big one.
I know. I just feel sure it's in storage.
Probably. One of these days.
You know, I didn't know
make it
that
over
I
there.
was going to need that sort of thing. I wore it in Alaska because it was cold there. It's not too terribly cold here.
No,
No.
certainly not right now. Hello to all of y'all. Be sure to make sure that you're on the live chat so that way you're able to see all of that. If you are here and you haven't said hello in the chat, please do, because I'm just about to say hello back to all of you guys. I'm going to switch over to my participants. Quite the crew here today. We have Heather, Barbara, Brad, Colleen, Cookie Wookie, also known as Mo, Darcy, Dana, Deb, Fiona, Gadgety Mouse, Ginger Sparks, Joni, Kathy, aka Dragonfly Smiles, Kathy Seek, Lexi McGrath, Liz, Mary Ann, Mary Ellen, Nisi, Panka, Sandy, Susan. Alright, and if you want me to say hello to you, remember, you gotta say hi to us in the chat. Otherwise, you're just a number over there. Also, please take this opportunity while we're just kind of gearing up. Give the thumbsy upsies, lets people know, hey, something cool's happening over here. You might want to be here too. We always appreciate that. It is July still. So, you have time to enter.
What is today?
Today is July 14th.
Ah.
So, you have time to enter the giveaway for a $100 gift card, like MasterCard. You can use it on whatever. But the way that you enter is over there in Makers. Now, you don't actually have to post in Makers, but the information is there. I'm going to make you go over there. That is the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. If you aren't a part of that, there's a lot of cool things that happen there. You can find that information. Probably somebody's going to drop it here in the chat. I would guess maybe Mo. Or you can always find that information down below. If you're watching a replay and you don't see the chat or anything like that, you can find all of that information in the description area. There's tons of info there. One of the other things that we have coming up here, July 23rd, that is a Saturday, is the Makers Creative Collab. How are you doing?
Is this it?
What are you doing for the collab?
I'm doing my head. Jeez. Get all snippy with me. Holy
I really wasn't sure because I didn't know if it was just the papers or if it was the head. I know. I've been on her. She's been a little bit grumpy this week. I don't know. Full moon. That's all I can say. Full moon. Somebody's knocked the camera a little bit, but...
The cat was up there again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I heard you yelling at him. Alright, so yes, that is all of the, the announcements. She's so excited when I do announcements.
I'm glad she takes care of that because this is,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Hey, Sandra.
I would probably write it down and
Carol?
remember it.
I have some other people popping in there. Very much appreciate that. Hey, we have 35 watching. We need more thumbsy upsies. That's all I got to say about that.
If there's 35 people, there should be 35 thumbs.
Well, I mean, at least, there could be some newbies that don't really know us and trying to figure things out. We give you a little slack on that. But
Yeah, a little wiggle room, but just don't put it off too long because if you're like me, you won't remember.
That's right. Why is this like so? I don't know. The zoom is weird. Like you're just all up in the screen.
Oh well,
Were you leaning forward?
I was leaning forward. I was being very serious. I wanted you to get my whole head.
We got it.
Is it in there?
It's in there.
It's this thing's blinking at me. Does that mean anything?
I don't know. I mean,
I've been watching MI6, and when things blink, there's usually a bomb involved. When it starts beeping, then I'm gonna really.
Okay, well,
I'll
I'm ready
be
for
out of here.
this show that you're watching to be over with because it has been a little
Well,
consuming.
I think I
of your
have
time.
one more season.
Oh gosh, how many are in a season?
Well, I think I'm up to 9. It's a really good one, Mariah.
I've noticed because it has consumed a lot of your time.
Well, and the reason I still watch it is because I still can't figure out what's going to happen next.
Oh, cool. Fiona's got us on 2 things. All right. I love it.
She's got us on 2 devices? Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. I hope one of them's recording.
That's right. Who's sitting around with their thumbs in their pockets? That's what Lexi says. Don't be keeping your thumbs in your pockets.
Absolutely. Get those thumbs out and get them to working.
All right. So it is Thursday Thoughts.
Yeah, and I've been thoughting.
Do I need to go topside, or are you just...
No, I just want to do the head for a while.
Okay.
But I do eventually.
Okay.
I'm just going to, introduce it and, kind of put my notes to one side and...
Perfect.
Okay, so really the impetus for today was something from Angela Rydell. And she said, how do you creative problem solve if you don't have a vision? Oh man, you don't know how excited I was for that question to happen. I mean, I would just practically wet myself. I was so excited. It was like a creative sneeze, after 3 glasses of water. I mean, it was, yes, mind-bogglingly timely. So,
yeah.
With that in mind, now I've touched on this before ever so slightly, I think. The mind mapping idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You don't have to start there with problem solving. You can go through the steps of problem solving, which I think I have. Didn't we do that in one?
Yeah.
Video.
Might even just 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe, even perhaps.
Yeah.
But we like to redo things.
Yes. You define your problem. You decide what you know. You write down probable solutions to the problem, and then you try it out. Those are the 4 steps. Very, very simple. But the one in there that gets you started if you don't even have a problem yet is the one where you're listing ideas.
I love listing ideas.
This you can just jump into any old time. Now, I am assuming, Angela, that you do have supplies, and that's how I would start. All right, Mariah, you can go to the overhead.
Okay. I know, I loved it when Angela asked that. I mean, it was just like, she couldn't have queued us up any better.
Very, very seriously. Okay, now can you see it?
Hello, Constance.
All right, so out here in the middle, the middle of my web or my mind map.
Hey, Lisa.
Is supplies. So then I just go along and I list them. Paint. Well, what kind of paint? Do I have, I put down natural pigments. I don't know why I said that. Watercolor.
Oh, because
dye.
Because we had listed that as one.
Acrylics. Whatever you've got. Doesn't matter. Put them down. Okay, maybe I have some crayons. Maybe they're, crayons, oil pastels. And the crayons, as far as I'm concerned, one big thing that they leave out here is frottage.
Yes.
That's the main thing. Now, there are specialty crayons that are water soluble. And those are a whole different ball game. I wouldn't necessarily use those for rubbings.
What's this?
The water soluble ones. Like the...
yeah, because I think that's going to get kind of tricky because as you seal them... Perhaps.
You're probably going to be using a water-based medium such as acrylic paint, and then they're going to smear.
Yeah.
And you can get some really cool results. Remember when we did the cloud
Yeah, but
thing?
I just don't think that they're probably the most ideal thing for rubbing.
Yeah, I wouldn't...
Because it's not going to hold.
I wouldn't use specialty ones for frottage, okay?
Yeah.
All right, a big part of your supplies probably is different kinds of paper. So I just listed them. Junk mail, scrap paper, cardboard, paper napkins, paper towels, magazines. I mean, you can just go on and on and on and on. Glue. Glue is going to be an important part, probably. And you can use Elmer's. I used Elmer's for years. I didn't know there was any other kind. I don't know. I just got, note up on this art glue stuff from Mariah. She said, well, we need to try that.
Yeah.
Okay, I put down soil.
We learned a lot in our first year of like being online. It wasn't that, a lot of this, the art part was we knew about. But all the different supplies were very enlightening, and all of this community was like, holy cow. I mean, I felt really like...
I felt very inadequate and very stupid.
Like, where have we been?
Oh, another glue is sticks. You got to have some sticks.
I like some sticks. She doesn't really like the sticks,
I don't
but
like
they got
sticks,
a place.
but, they have a place in the whole thing. Now, get over here. So, those are all supplies that are kind of, basic. Mundane and basic. So, the reason I wrote down this one over here, soil. I saw this person, and I wished I knew her name. If some of you know her, please.
I can Google it.
Google it.
I'm going to write that down, that I need to Google that and post who
and I'm so sorry that I didn't get that ahead of time, Mariah. That was bad on my part. She made these landscapes using soil from all over the world. People would send her little bags of soil. And she came up with remarkable things. And I mean, now come on. Everybody's got dirt. Just saying.
Got dirt?
You got dirt. In Texas, we have a lot of dirt. And Oklahoma has a very interesting red soil. Yeah. And when
I think even parts in New Mexico kind of even have some of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then if you go to Colorado, Red Rocks, you get a sandy red soil.
Yeah, that looks clay.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of an unusual thing, and that might be your inspirational spark. You don't know that till you start doing this kind of thing right here.
Hi, Ricky. Oh, she says, isn't she from Australia? The artist, perhaps.
She could be. She very well could be.
Yeah, we don't know exactly because she didn't know, and I'm going to Google it.
And it's been months since I
yeah, unless one of you guys want to kind of take up the job there and, post
look
it.
Her up and post her. I would like to give her a shout out because I can't even remember what group it was that I found her in. Okay, so the next part of this mind mapping thing here is to combine and connect your different ideas.
Lynn says they got some of that dang red dirt in West Texas.
They do. Yes. And sometimes it's airborne. You can hold out your jar and collect it as it goes by.
Yes. Put your goggles on.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, sandblast your eyeballs. Yeah, that's not good for creating. No. Okay. One of the things I love about mixed media is it allows you to be a creator. You don't have to go by anybody's rules. You don't have to, be a watercolorist and have, your little set of rules that you must follow. In this, it's just wide open. It's like the Wild West.
So this was pretty funny. Devin posted a video today using some stencils and things of ours along with Carrie Gibson, one other lady, and then she was doing some gel printing, and she did the shadow technique, but then she also laid down the butterflies, and she goes, sorry, P, but I'm having them all facing this direction, because she was really making more, edibles type.
Yeah, she's going to tear them out.
Right, to send to a friend. But she thought to apologize to you for that, and I left her.
But all the butterflies were flying in one direction.
Yeah, I told her.
Well, that was probably that West Texas wind.
Yeah, they're all heading out.
Heading out. Okay. And I would just advise everyone, check out what is already in your toolbox. What do you already have? You don't have to have fancy stuff. You can just, sometimes the fancy stuff gets in the way. It really does. It's so precious that you
That's the fine china that sits in the cabinet sometimes.
Yeah, bust that stuff out for pizza. All right, enough of that. Enough of that. I've got my paper down here in case All right, I didn't need to do that. I just used that one, so we'll save a tree limb. Here we go.
What else you got?
Well, we've got some. Did I show these
Are you done
stencils?
thoughting?
I'm done thoughting. I'm getting ready to put my thoughts to work.
Well, hold on, because
Okay.
remember we were chatting a little bit before the stream, and I said, "See, that was some good thoughting right there."
Well, I don't
Hold
even.
that.
I don't even remember what
We
I.
were talking about the head.
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to bring her in.
She still
today.
doesn't have a name yet, but she is starting to take on some personality. That's for sure. Check her out. Now, P can talk to, and hopefully we'll engage in the same sort of conversation where we were headed, because I told her, I said, I think this is going to be really great, and I'm glad that she didn't get any further than she has, because you all know she doesn't take command very well, or commands.
It just depends.
She definitely commands.
And I didn't go any further than this because I have a reason for not going any further than this.
Were you going to talk about it?
I am going
All
to
right.
talk about it.
Good.
Now, here we are back to problem solving. Okay. So remember the green Silva Ventana.
Yes. So,
Okay. She started out as somebody else, and she became Silva Ventana. So she had color already on her. And what I noticed is I was putting the green over the pink. I liked what was happening there in a lot of places. Didn't show up everywhere, but it provided enough variety, and it added a little bit of depth, a little bit of sparkle that was, not there in the other one, because the other one just had white underneath.
Yeah.
So I talked to Mariah about this, and I said, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about just slapping some paint on this dude. Sorry, girl.
Girl.
Yes.
Oh, who knows? She just could be or
She may be a bit androgynous.
Yeah, he could, or yes,
Yeah, could be a.
could be one of those like
Yeah.
Korean pop stars. They're
Yeah.
very,
Yeah, you don't
they're
know.
very beautiful men.
Yeah, they are. Anyhow,
I think
that's basically, so I took the primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, and I just kind of put them in different places around and used some water and diluted them out a bit and then blended them in. And you can tell they're all transparent, I think.
Looks like
The
for the most
red
part.
may not be so transparent, but it's like half.
Yeah.
But the blue and the yellow, I could make transparent just by adding a little bit of water and really blending it out. Then I had Izzy making a few marks hither and yon.
She really wanted to be involved.
She really oh my God,
There was a
yesterday
battle.
was a rough day.
It's a
But
lot.
I'll tell you what, the end of the
battle.
day, she pulled herself out. She did some really beautiful
Yes,
paintings.
she did.
Well,
She likes painting late at night. She's
that's when she gets really inspired.
makes me crazy.
Anyway,
Hey, Fran. What I was saying about that, and I said, well, this is cool. I'm so glad that you have left her where she's at this point, because one of the things, if any of you have taken, any oil painting or done oil painting, I can remember even in high school, there was a base layer, and really what you would do is kind of start with grays and some pinks, and I mean, that's kind of what I remember, but you would block out the colors. Creating, all right, where's kind of the mountain going to be if you're doing the landscapey stuff or whatever. So you get your highlights and shadows, I think is kind of what it was. It's been a long time. I don't really remember that exactly. I just remember blocking out color. And so I told P that was very interesting that she had done this because it creates more interest and more pattern. What are we doing this whole month of July? Patterns at play.
patterns at play. And that light and that dark sometimes is what creates the pattern. It's just like on Silva Ventana, the pattern of the light through the trees. It doesn't have to be a geometric pattern that looks, like it's created from a machine. It can be very organic. And that's what I'm going to try to do here, is create a nice play between organic and non-organic.
Yeah.
So how am I going to do that? Well, I just started off and I thought, I'm just going to get something on here because, number one, I don't have a direction, even though I have
kind of an idea.
This many papers already printed off that I thought I would use. I probably am, I'm not going to use those. I don't think so. And I mean, you know, I've got some really good ones here. But then I started playing with this other stencil that I cut up.
Of course, you already cut it up.
No, that was just the part, that was the outside part of it.
Which, is that?
That's chevrons. But
Oh,
that was the outside area that stayed on there, so I got those. And then I've got these papers, which I thought, that will be a nice contrast because it's sort of organic and sort of, I've mixed them together. It's more, what do I want to say? It's more geometric than organic.
I was, yeah, kind of wondering where you're going with this.
And then I have both of them on here, and I haven't gel plated over the top of them, so they're still greasy.
Just frottaged.
I just frottaged. And then I have this one, which I really do love.
Hey, Maxie.
And I'm looking at it with this, and
yes.
this looks kind of cool.
I love that.
And then I've got this one that I did with my
I love this.
homemade, where are they? Okay, can I turn?
Yeah.
Safely?
Safely.
Safely, that I taped together. These are just little bits and pieces that Mariah throws at me, and some of them were broken and
the nested circles
that didn't come out so very nice.
Sometimes they get a little chewed up.
Yeah.
If we don't have a sticky mat.
Yeah, and one of the things that
Hi, Gayla.
I can do with these is I can put them in really hot water, and they kind of, you know,
Flatten out.
yeah. And I found that out when I had hot water in there, and it was a little hotter.
Yeah, if you do, you know, Anne had rolled over hers. She posted that in Makers. She with paint on it and everything, because that also makes it a little trickier, because they hold that form a bit more. But yeah, you just warm them up somehow. Put them in a warm window. Put them in a little bit of hot water. You know, don't put them in the microwave or anything.
Yeah, I
haven't tried to microwave it.
Well, you'd have to put them like inside water in the microwave, because otherwise they'd just sit there like other.
Might as well just heat up the water and dip them for a second and be done with it.
Yeah, that's my thought. All right, so I went ahead and used Stompy Rocks.
Gayla, I emailed you, by the way.
Is this Stompy Rocks or is this membrane?
Okay, so crazy lady, I love you.
I know.
This thing has morphed into so many things. I believe this one in this configuration is the Stompy Rocks like 5x7 version. Stompy Rocks has also morphed into Cape Rocks if you want, like, just because she was using the sections the other day. The smaller, you know, not really strips, but kind of chunkier strips. Those are Cape Rocks. And so, you know, we have Stompy Rocks, Cape Rocks. And then what also goes really well with this and is similar is Puzzle.
Yeah. I really kind of waffled between using Puzzle or this one. The reason I went with this one is just because of the scale. Number one, I thought the scale fit the size of the head really well. And
there's a larger...
Yeah, and I just didn't think it was going to work quite as well. And this covered a lot of areas. So.
Especially for texture paste, that larger, more open one tends to have more dips and things unless you're really, you know...
Yeah, unless you put it on there super thick with like...
Right, a credit card or something
wide.
Something,
yeah. And even this kind of scoops out in the middle of these little big ones. But I don't care about that. Anyway, so I did all these on paper. I did more than I thought I would need. And I'm really glad I did. But this is so weird because that blue... Here, I've got a little bit of it on the edge here.
Yes, Joni. I will make sure that on yours, going forward, we will make sure that... We have some stickers and things. For the most part, we haven't had too much trouble with the post office bending them. Because we do put the cardboard pieces in there. But, you know, there's always that one mailman that wants to just get it all in the mailbox.
Oh, yeah. and steps back and puts his foot on it.
It's amazing sometimes the things I'm like, I can't believe they got that in there.
Or I
Would have been a lot. It would like the time it took them to shove it in there. Could have walked up to the front door, put it on the bench.
Yeah, or just footballed it. Who cares? It couldn't be much worse. It's frisbee that booger. Okay, so here's my. Okay, this is why I don't do a lot of spraying. Because number one, I looked through Mariah's drawer. She has a drawer. She has like 500 sprays. And I just was like,
a lot of them are terracotta.
Shut up. I couldn't even find any.
They're
I found
all
some
over
really
one
lame
section.
terracotta in there that, see, look at that.
They're in this one section. Oh, yeah, you didn't get the good stuff. Would you like me to spray that?
No, I've decided I'm going to go with kind of this turquoisey.
Okay.
But I do want you to respray these.
Okay.
Because I think you can do that. Because I'm really liking this.
Yeah, I do too. It looks cool.
And if I don't like it, what I'm going to do is go over it with something like a watered down solution of quinacridone nickel gold or red iron oxide. Okay, I'm going to hand these across to you, Mariah. And I mean, you don't have to do them right now, but I just know that you could do it a lot quicker and know more about your sprays than I do.
Do you need that to happen now?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm not really gonna do any more of that.
Okay. But you do want terracotta added to it, or do you want more turquoise?
Well, I want it more turquoisey, but I don't know what one I used.
Gayla would like you to know that she is also wearing her big puffy artist beret. There have been a few comments about your artist beret.
Thank you. My sister made it for me. Can you see it?
She has one that's even bigger.
Velvet. Oh, I do. I have, and it has dingle balls on it, purple dingle balls. It's just so awesome. I'll find it. It's a better winter one anyway.
Yeah, we'll have to go over to storage when it's not hot.
Okay. So here's my plan, or my thought.
Okay.
Take these little sections and then, stop for a little while. Then come back and do another little section. And then stop and move over here and do another little section. So there are these areas in between that I can utilize for different things. One of the things that I thought, because as soon as Brad handed me these, I'm going, oh man, do I ever love those things for so many reasons. You just cannot even believe it. But look at this little jobber. This is the outers of
our new.
And I've already, what did I do with those? God, it's amazing. I can lose stuff and I just,
Just had it.
I did some really cool little,
I'll try to, she has a picture.
Oh, here, they're under.
I'll find the picture of her in the beret before, we actually find the beret. I'll post it in Makers.
But there's 3 sizes of these. And remember, we talked about if you're going to get like 1 or 2 stencils, go ahead and get large, medium, small. Is that how you would say that?
They're actually extra large, large, and small.
Oh.
We skipped medium.
Oh, okay. Well, for my purposes here, looking at these right here, this is large, medium, small.
Yes.
But whatever.
They are called twisty electric wires.
And aren't they just fabuloso?
Hi, Diane.
I love them. I love that you can move them around because this is like you can make your own stencil just by manipulating them on your plate. Now, I mean, where does that happen? I don't know.
Hey, Wendy.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know of any other place that you can get things like this.
I don't know. I mean, we sort of look around here and there, but we barely have time to, get our orders out and get art done.
I just, I did look. When we were getting into stencils, and I kept telling Mariah, I said, I would love to use some stencils, but I can't find any. They're either cutesy and make me puke, or they're just something that I don't know what to do with. What would you do with that?
Well, and then we had some with the Mylar, and she's like, this stuff is, well, and I tried cutting the Mylar. I'm like, I don't know how to get this stuff to work and be consistent with it. And
yeah, and then we went to the thicker stuff, and it didn't like that. It didn't like that so much.
No. I don't know how some people get thick things to cut. I think they cut it multiple times, which is great if you're just kind of doing a one-off thing. But we had plans to, you know, turn this into somewhat of a business or something. So time was something to consider.
Got a bug running around here.
You know, and then Brad decided to design some dragonflies.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Those things take forever to cut. But that's okay. They're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
It's worth it.
I love them, and I even like the little stripper that I have that's just a dragonfly wing.
Now see, that cut's nice because he expanded it. And then you start making little tiny cuts of 1,000,000 or so. Here or there.
See this little guy? I think it's a spider.
Fran makes a good point. Yes, either cutesy or highly complex, no room for her imagination. That's, yes.
It was this so specific that you couldn't.
Now we have some that are kind of that way.
Yeah, we do.
But he usually cuts them up and just use parts or whatever.
Make them more interesting. Okay, I should talk about this before I start doing this. Okay, so I have discovered this. You want to use these little pieces, and you want to do what do you call this? Where you're putting modeling paste on here, you know?
Texture paste?
Texture paste.
You're stenciling it?
I'm stenciling texture paste. Dear Lord, having a brain fart here. I need a little water.
Coffee or anything today?
I did have coffee, but I haven't had enough water. This is my first glass of water of the day.
Did you take your ginkgo?
I did not. I probably should take 3 or 4 of those. Just saying. I ordered some extra strength ones in my next order. I thought they were working, but maybe they could be a little better. Anywho, so I've done this with I can't remember. Well, you know, you saw me do it with the strippers.
Yeah.
And they're pretty easy.
And here, Fran says, there are better ones now out there, like, you know, they're offering. And we said that. I think that a lot of stencil designers are starting to kind of step it up a bit. Because that we have noticed. Like I said, we do kind of watch around just to see what's happening.
Yeah, we're.
But she says, but nothing as good as PM Artist Studios.
Bless your heart.
Fran makes some pretty mean stencils too. I don't know if she's ever going to sell them. No pressure, Fran. Sorry.
No pressure, Fran.
No pressure. You do you. I know there are people that want them though. I know. We try not to judge you for that, Fran. She says I do buy some complex stamps and such.
You better get out of here, little bug. You're going to get caught up in the stuff.
You're going to become a fossil. You get fossilized.
All right. Now we're going to see how this works when I pull this up.
No, okay, wait. Ricky, what you trying to say? I was trying to catch up there on that, but I think I missed something.
I think we're going to have to come in from this end, folks. Hopefully this crap tape is going to
be crappy.
Yeah, it's going to be the shiznit.
Yes, it is scary selling. Yes, there's a lot goes into it. Oh, yes, the head she had. Wow, Ricky, most people are finding on eBay and Amazon. Yes, or you can sometimes find them at the hair salon places, or, you know, like a beauty salon, you know, supply type place. They sometimes have them. P found her package of them, because what, you got how many? 4 or 5 in a...
Oh, yeah. They had them sacked up.
Sacked up.
At Value Village.
Which is kind of like a...
Goodwill.
Kind of like a Goodwill.
Yeah. Except I think... I always kind of tried to find things at Goodwill, because I think Value Village is kind of a poopy thing, because they make money from donations. And I don't think that they necessarily have the mission that like the Salvation Army does.
Oh, they're this for-profit
Yeah.
reselling stuff.
And I don't know that they
Do anything nice with their profits.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Just
But
great.
I don't know that they don't. So I shouldn't say that.
There you go.
I don't know.
Yes, hashtag bago heads.
Try to get it at Salvation Army or Goodwill, because I know that those people hire people that nobody else would hire. And a lot of times I'm a little bit irritated with them when I go there, because I'm like,
Bye, Eva. No worries.
she has to go.
Yeah. Well, she feels like she missed something, but I don't think she knew that we were just thoughting, and then we just went into...
Yeah, just kind of jumped right in, like I do.
It's Thursday. It's more loosey-goosey. Maybe that's what we should just start. Thoughts and loosey-goosey art. We're not really sure what we'll be getting into.
Yeah, and I'm getting a little residue here from one of
Yeah,
my...
I see that. One's kind of blue.
Yeah, they're not wanting to let go. Oh, that one let go.
Is one still on there?
One's still on there. But I think we can extricate it without too terribly much.
I'm still impressed with your little idea there. That worked out pretty decently.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, it's not FP, but it works okay. Now what I'm going to do is let this dry and do the same thing with this that I did with the rocks.
There you go.
Okay, I am putting these little jobbers right now into the bath over here.
She's got it next to her chair. I felt that was a little brave of her, but that's, you know, this carpet.
I got it underneath the little table there. I'm not going to kick it or anything.
Okay.
Okay, moving right along. Hey, these little pieces of acetate, I'll tell you what, they come in handy for a lot of things.
Yes.
And I put this one down because I thought I was going to write, but then I decided I wasn't going to write. But I've got that there, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what my idea on this. Okay, I just put that paper down because I wanted you to be able to see it.
I heard that.
Oh, great. This is my last little sheet of... Mariah is going to take the giant... What's the size of those boogers?
What are we talking about?
The paper, the
the
carnival
paper.
tissue.
Yeah, I don't remember what the size is, but we ordered the big pack of it, and you know, normally when you order the small ones, they kind of fold it in like threes or whatever. But it's all flat sheets, so I'm gonna take it over to the printing company, and they cut things for us, which is very nice because they have the big, you know, cutters.
Okay, I don't care about the middle of this little booger. I just want the ends because I like the kind of organic, rooty looking end thing there. That's what I'm going for.
Yes.
And I really, you know, I was looking at all of the different sizes of these. And I decided,
Tubers.
What is it?
Tubers. Kind of looks like, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
yams.
yeah. For sure.
Kind of got a yam look.
Yeah, a little bit. But the other thing I thought these would be cool for is if you use them in a journal and you were just to take and maybe mask out these areas and you could write in there. And it would have a little, you know, would emphasize your text.
Yeah, kind of creating little scroll type
Pockets.
Yes.
Pockets for inspirational thoughts.
That's funny.
Now, I think these are really going to be most stunning.
Actually, we just go ahead and send it. It comes with it. And they are on, I'm sorry, they are all on the website right now. So this is twisty electric wires. Strips, I think is what we call them. Yeah. I know it's twisty electric wire. And
Oh, they look like little veggies.
And then the one that P showed on Thursday, we ended up calling a Norseman mandala. Very multi-ethnic.
Yeah, see, look at those.
I don't know if it's really...
You could draw little faces on them, and they could be little dancing carrots and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think I've been hanging out with Izzy too long. She comes up with she comes up with some good ones.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you. Oh my gosh, that baby. She's a hoot. All right, now this is the medium-sized one, and I'm not going to use the large because I think the scale is just. I am going to use the large ones of the strippers.
Thank you,
because
Mo.
I think they're really cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be like that's going to be some major stuff. Okay, well, here we go. I don't have any smaller sheets of this, but that's all right. I can do 2 of these. And even if I don't use all of them, I can either send them on to you all, or
Yes.
I can use them in another project, you know, whatever. Whoa there, baby.
Okay, are you going to show some of the stuff that you did on Thursday? Did you do any more to them?
I don't know.
With the Norseman mandala thing?
Oh yeah, I've got them back here on the plates. We're going to pull them.
Okay, good deal. That's the one that Mo just posted there too, and thank you for doing that, Mo.
Yeah, I have them back behind me here. I did them this morning.
I'm trying to follow Fran's conversation here about
Well, read it to
very
me.
expensive eyebrows on Mr. Ugly. I'm not really sure. It's something about nylon thingies at 20 quid each. Meant for
Wow.
Yeah, meant for adjusting the leaves on a multi-leaved culminator for cancer treatment.
Oh man.
Oh, so they wear out and they're thrown away.
Well, when Van was in the hospital, okay, so when they moved him downstairs so that he wasn't in ICU any longer, they had these wonderful turquoise breathing, you know, that the oxygen was delivered in. So right away I said, okay, I want those. And they're just looking at me like,
Okay, crazy lady.
yeah, whatever. I said, no, I'm really serious. I want that tubing. And they said, well, there's no problem with that. You just have to ask for it because, well, we just throw it away. I'm telling you what,
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of waste in a
Hospital.
So, you know, everything that we paid for, even if we didn't use it, I said, I'm taking it. Put it in my bag. Now, I have some kind of weird stuff I don't really know what I'm going to do with, but, you know.
You never know.
I didn't save the, what do you call it? The,
Sort of afraid.
catheter.
Yeah, I knew that. I was afraid that that's probably what you were. I'm really happy.
Yeah, I
about
didn't
that
save
you-
the catheter.
Good job, Pete.
Man, I mean, you know, he's the man, seriously. He's lucky to have people around him that take care of him because he says, I didn't even know I had a catheter in. I said, well, how did you think you were peeing all this time, dude? He's like, well, I don't know.
Oh, remember, it's Thursday Thoughts.
Thursday thoughts. Okay, this is going into the bucket because you do not want that stuff building up on. I don't mind the paint.
Yeah, but the texture paste, and remember,
Texture
this
paste
is
will
the
clog up those nice little fine lines that you've got going on there.
this is the Crafter's Workshop, light and fluffy, by far our most favorite. Now, I haven't tried the golden stuff. They have it.
I have a
fluffy.
little thing of it, but I'm saving it for.
Oh, that's right, because we got it with the stuff that Mo
sent us. Yeah, but I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Okay.
And you know, as much as I'm using here, I would use that too, but so
It's not
yeah,
special.
saving that for a special occasion. All right, let's see. I'm sure that this is going to work. I don't know why, but I just wanted to show you because I think sometimes when you talk about stuff. All right, now I knew that I was going to have to. Okay, I'm going to do the big one first because these guys are kind of overlapping. I really didn't think this through terribly well. I just taped them down.
I'm really impressed with your prep work here. Proud of you.
Look at that nice.
The deli papers are, I can, or actually Mo could probably even find it. And I think it's listed in the description. Because I have that listed on some of our top papers we're using these days. But, because it's the 15 by whatever. 10 and 3/4 by 15. I don't know what is written on the box over there, P. Can you read it?
I'm busy.
Okay, she's busy. But anyway, I don't know if it's waxed next. Is it lightly waxed? I don't know what it says on there. I can't remember. I mean, it obviously, yeah.
DPI.
Is that the brand?
Yeah. Isn't that what you wanted?
Oh, goodness. Hold on. I'll Mo will find it before I do. That's one of the reasons I don't even look, because by the time I'm...
Yeah, we sure miss you on Sundays because we're like struggling
She's so
here,
fast.
sucking air on the finding crap.
I don't know if I put it on my just kind of short version stuff list over here. Let's see. Take on.
Just I don't know if this is going to do what I want it to do, but you know.
Oh, here.
I wasn't going to find out until I did it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I love that. And you know what's kind of funny is now Brad made the squiggle wire, you know, twisty wire thing. But we actually have a design and used it in some of our printable sets. It's mainly, I think it's just in the Cloudy Seaside, but makes beautiful, just if you layer it. I really love that very simple design can be a very interesting pattern when repeated.
Yeah, I really needed something underneath this so I could see where my dadgum paper was.
Yeah, I can see it slid over a little.
Yeah. Got kind of a bad tear down here on this end, but that's okay. I think it's still gonna work.
It's dry waxed deli, and so 1 second. There you go. That's the stuff right there. I guess the company is DPI. It's kind of funny. It's not dots per inch.
Okay, I'm pitching this in there with the red. Well, actually, I'm just going to pick all this up and make sure it's down in the bath. Because these are the, this is the other thing that I got from the hospital, were these little tubs.
No, the waxiness does not seem to interfere with the paint. I'll tell you this.
The
spraying on the deli paper is trickier. Like, it will take it, but it takes more. You have to really push on it and get it in there, and yeah, that's why I was thinking that's funny. And then when you're gluing it down, like if you collage with it, it is also a little bit trickier due to that wax on it. That's just been our general observation.
All right, clean that all up later. Shush that back under. And before, you know, we're finished today, we may actually, that may be dry enough, because I'll tell you what, it is, the other reason I like this particular flavor of modeling paste,
Dries quick.
dries quick. And it's a little tough on your fingertips, because I think it has some kind of well, you know, like plaster has a what is it in there that causes it's kind of a...
Well, she is going to gel print, so yes, Wendy, she can, a lot of times when she does that, especially through stencils, are you going to be doing some stencil stuff?
Well, I am, but I'm not going to use the ones that I just put in the bath.
No, she's talking about the wax paper, the deli paper.
Oh, the deli paper?
Yeah, usually she uses that for the...
I do. But the reason I like the tissue paper better is because, well, number one, it's easier to, the Carnival is easier to adhere. It doesn't have that little film on it it's hard sometimes to really get it to stick.
Yes.
The tissue paper absorbs into and allows this stuff to come through there and make interesting. The deli paper, not so much.
Yeah.
It's still a mighty fine choice for caustic. That's the word I'm looking for on the... Because plaster of Paris has a caustic agent in it that helps it chemically, do what it's supposed to do. Yeah, get that stuff off your hands. It's not fun stuff.
Fran bought the iced coffee eye zinc.
Oh yeah. Now see, I can also come in and do some places with that because I've got the raised area of the modeling paste.
Well, that's the glaze, right? Iced coffee is the glaze.
No, iced coffee. Oh, I don't know. Is it the glaze or is it the diamond paste?
The diamond paste.
It's called coffee,
Yeah, it's coffee
isn't it?
too. Did you get the glittery one or the glazy stuff?
Yeah. Which one?
I know there's coffee, whiskey, and butter.
Yeah. And I couldn't. Whiskey is the one that I really wanted, but was not available when I was...
Right, but if you mix the coffee and the butter together, you get very close to whiskey.
You do. You do. All right, now, what else I wanted to talk about today is I wanted to talk about, and I want to go ahead and play over some of these, but you know what I need to do first? I need to pull these
Oh,
pages.
what's your brand of masking tape?
Oh, hell, I don't know.
She doesn't know.
I don't know.
Can you look
I
at
buy
it?
it by the case.
She bought it, so I can't look it up on my Amazon.
It's in, I think it's in the drawer that I keep the grocery bags in.
Oh, that's covered up right now.
Yeah.
That is inaccessible right now.
Now,
Keep reminding us,
this
Maxine.
is Wonky Railroad, and
Ripley.
I'm Ripley, sorry. Something else is wonky.
We got a lot of wonky.
Wonkies and ripples.
Hey, Janet.
And I use the micaceous.
Look at your wrinkles.
I know. Micaceous.
Iron oxide.
Iron oxide. God. I don't know.
She was buffering.
I was buffering. I was circling. But look at that. Isn't that wonderful?
So you just did it in
I just did this morning. But the underneath one is the one that oh, let me show, I'll show you the print. I mean, some of you have already seen it. Mariah saw it. She thought it was a rubbing.
I did. Doesn't that look like a rubbing? Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, turn it around because see that'll match up. You guys can see what was.
Yeah, you see this section here with the lighter. I'm not sure what color that is. Oh, I do. It's Naples yellow. It's Naples yellow.
Straight out of the tube.
Straight out of the tube. Well, except for where it mucky mucked with that.
You're getting some brown and.
But I
red,
think this is really nice.
yellow hearts.
I like both of those a lot. And I'm liking what's on here, which.
Well, and those will be interesting to see how they collage onto your head. Is that what you're planning? Perhaps?
I don't. I don't really know.
And we never.
Now here's what we were talking about for last week. And I already put these up, so I can't get them
Well,
out.
it wasn't last week. It was just this week.
It was just this week.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Got it.
Today's Thursday.
Yeah. 2 days ago. Dear Lord. Okay.
She really is okay. She's just been a little off the last couple of days. I don't know that she's getting all the sleep that she needs to get.
Yes. There is that.
There is that.
There is that. And I can't remember what I pulled this with, but I think it was cactus. And you know, remember we talked about the cheap paints and the expensive paints?
Yeah.
Well, this is Paper Artsy, and you know, we sent them a thing. And when they sent us back a really nice letter.
Oh yeah, they really did. And it was long and well thought out, and
yeah.
You know.
And I sent them, no, Mariah tagged them when we did, where I mixed up my own version of these.
Well, it also kind of coincided with them. They wanted blog people, and we still hadn't really decided, you know, which direction that we were going to be going. I'm actually very happy that it did not work out because, you know, we started doing the collab. The collab started taking off. Like, it would have been really nutty.
Yes, if we honored our commitment to them.
Yes. So happy that, but then we were kind of on their radar. We had just so happened right around that time that, you know, Seth came out with the new colors. They weren't available
in a lot of places simply because of all the...
And I said, hey, it might be kind of a fun video because we don't have the paints to see if you can match them from what we can tell online. So I printed out a little sheet. P did a bang up job matching, because when the actual paints came, we then brought those in, and she only had to kind of tweak 1 or 2 of them.
And it was mostly just a light and dark thing.
And it was slightly tricky because the thing is that, so the Paper Artsy paints that we were trying to match are fresco style. So they're similar in like the pastos.
Yes, they're very
chalky.
Very chalky.
And so what P was using were Deco Arts and Apple Barrel.
And some of those were like semi-gloss, some of them
they
were...
have a little sheen to them. So obviously you were never going to be able to hit it spot on. But they were also very impressed with P's color mixing. So that's where we're going with that. We have video.
Yeah, we do. Okay, here they are.
That was a very long story.
I think that this is really... And this is...
Hey, stitching art.
Is violet oxide underneath there. And remember, this was one of the...
Hello, Adrian.
The either Apple Barrel, I think it's Apple Barrel, or it's that other...
It's either Deco Arts or Apple Barrel. Those
yeah.
are the two kind of craft paints. Well, there's some Martha over there, too.
Yeah. 99-cent Martha.
Yeah, we don't buy Martha full price.
No. Hell no.
But remember, and I think Mo got such a kick out of it, but Martha can pull. Remember that, Mo? We hashtagged that one for a while, I think.
Oh, look, and here, I just did this morning. Isn't this cool?
Ooh.
See, you can just, and look, you can see what's underneath it. It's effervescent.
Well, and that was that stuff that was left over on the plate that you said, hey, there'll be more of that.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of kept staying.
Uh-oh. Now, somebody mentioned the fact that their paper was tearing.
Remember, crack your edges.
Crack your edges. Get those cracked from the very get-go. Then I wanted to talk about, because Mariah...
Mo was saying it was don't pull with Martha. Martha don't pull? Or does Martha pull?
Martha pulls.
Maybe it was the metallic one. She don't pull.
Oh, no. I do not know what it is about that, but they're...
That was it.
The metallic...
Oh, she don't pull.
She don't pull. Yeah. You know, get another horse for that wagon, because yeah.
Oh, that was so Texan.
I know.
That's funny.
All right, now, here's the beauty of these little jobbers right here. You can put them horizontally. You can put them vertically. You can place them diagonally. You can just make them stand on their ear and spin. Whereas a stencil, you just flop it down, that's it. I like the flexibility of that. I thought that was a nice one.
I'm going to invite Martha to one of our streams someday.
I bet you she'd like it. Okay,
I think
here.
she would think we're pretty funny. I think she has a decent sense of humor.
I think she does. It's pretty dry.
Yeah, but I think
it's not like, you know,
No,
gut busting. But
No,
it's
she's not. She's the friend that you have that, like, you know, you get a couple martinis in her or something, and then she is like lots of fun. But most of the time, she's secretly fun.
Yeah.
She hangs out with Snoop Dogg. Exactly. That's where I'm kind of going with.
Yeah, and she's probably one of those that, yeah, she takes her shoes off before she dances on the table.
Well, it's a smart thing to do.
It certainly is, because one never knows what slick surface.
Well, it depends on the shoes.
And the condition of the table and who's been drinking.
Where you at?
Where you at? Okay, now, this is a...
See, there's problem solving that can happen in all aspects of one's life.
Absolutely, and it sort of oozes over into,
Right.
you know, you get up in the morning, well, what am I going to wear? I don't know. Well, what do I have? What's going to go with that? Oh, no, the pants to go with that. Well, let me see.
What's happening today?
What else can I wear with that? All right, now, this is a very unimpressive...
First layers.
Yeah, but you never know. It may turn out to be something really stellar. So far, it ain't.
Yeah. I'm very impressed that you got all that in there, Darcy.
Okay, look, here's another little stringy wire.
Here you go. Mo says, it was hashtag fussy cactus. Hashtag don't pull Martha. Hashtag loosening edges. Hashtag dry pulling. Hashtag bull oni. Mo keeps it ongoing.
Okay, well now here are
love
the
it.
same little guys. Look at this. They just can be used in, you know, it's like those black
Yes.
pants that you've got. They go with everything.
Oh, these are the black pants of.
These are the black pants of the stencil sets.
Question. Is there a way to tell if your paint is see-through on the bottles of Golden? Yes.
I would still swatch it, because they really, you know, on some of these, like this one right here, this is this. Okay, can you see what it actually looks like on the paper?
It's even more transparent than what it's showing on their little swatch thing.
And can you see the surface texture that I have here? What does that tell? That should be telling you something.
I think, no, you mixed in, you've got two things going on there. I think that's some shuttle along with your smalt.
No, it's not. I just did it this morning. It's straight.
You just used a lot of it.
The reason you have to use a lot of it is because it's a dry paint and you will be pulling up your bottom layer if you don't use more than you need. Now, I probably could have brayered this out some more, but I erred toward the side of caution because I knew I'd be pulling up really interesting design here that was underneath.
Remember, the schmalt blue is one of those it's really interesting how the pigment is suspended in the binding.
Yeah,
in it. It's different than a lot of other paints.
I'm going to brayer some out here and really
Show that.
show you what I'm talking about. We'll use old Stompy Rocks here.
It dries quickly.
It does.
And so what happens is most of it gets put onto your brayer. Or is taken up with.
I'm trying to maneuver my modeling paste projects over here so I can, because when I get going here, you know how I am, I just flip stuff over here and a lot of times it gets married up. Nobody's happy about that. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, I haven't done a little spiel here. Before you put that on there, let me spiel for a moment.
Spiel away.
Hey, for those of you that are coming into the stream, we very much appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you'll stick around and hang out. Do give the thumbsy upsies if you are enjoying what you're seeing. Do so on the replay as well. Please come back, leave comments. We love reading those and answering you back. If you have particular questions, that is, you know, super awesome. Or you can just say hi, love you guys, you know, whatever. We like those things as well. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell so that way you get notified when we're doing cool things like, you know, streaming and dropping videos and stuff like that. If you are not a part of Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, that's the place we hang out during the week. You should come over and check us out. Please do answer the questions. Those links and much, much more are either down below or you can find it in the chat. Boom.
Chocolate. All righty. All right. Now, so here is this. Now, I've got.
I'm just impressed with myself on that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was a good one. And it was done in a timely manner.
I might even cut that clip out and just call it the spiel.
The spiel. That's SPH. Okay. For those of you into phonetics. This is one of Izzy's paintings last night. She said, Gigi, I'm going to make you a purple background. And then can you put a stencil on it during the live?
Oh yeah, she's giving direction.
Yeah. And she does. And she was really on my head. I said, I had to finally just put my foot down and say, this is my project. You need to work on yours.
These two fight. Like, see, Izzy doesn't really need siblings because, you know, she's got a Gigi.
I know.
Territorial.
We went up to school the other day because we agreed that, you know, there's going to have to be a really good relationship between Izzy and the teacher or we're going to have a very bad year.
I think.
And you just, you know. Okay, now can you see what's happening with this color here? Can you see how it's just maintaining that wavy stuff because I've got a lot of paint on here.
And it's not really crazy because it doesn't do that. It doesn't keep moving out. It's just purely kind of a textural thing that it does.
It really is. And I just I've tried working with it and I really need to do that. It works best if you mix it with something else actually. And it really is a cool paint. I love it. It's super transparent. So, you know, you can really get a lot of stuff, good stuff going on there. Oh, I think his will be, we need to get a little bit more out there in the middle. I hope I didn't mess that up too much. No. Now look at that.
It starts to kind of bring things into focus. Now more, I believe, needs to probably be done to really give it some interest.
Yep. Absolutely. Now I'm going to pull this off. Am I going to pull that off? No, I'm not going to pull that off.
Now you could do a little
I'm going to do a little green in there.
She's going to do her multi thing. This is how you got the other one.
Yes.
Those other ones the other day. The other ones the other day. You know.
You know, those.
I don't know. Who's Fanny Craddock?
Who?
I don't know. They're talking about something I don't know. I don't know about. She loves donuts. I think this is something that is a reference I don't know. But who doesn't love donuts? Thank you, Linda. Love right back at you. Oh.
What?
The very first TV cook. Craddock and Johnny. In the UK? Our British Fanny is showing.
Oh, I just love this. But I'm going to try to get one more. Because see that underneath the, it's still going to be moist. Well, that's my operating theory.
Yeah, you say so.
That I think eventually we'll be able to get. But look at that. Doesn't that look cool?
That looks very
Still
cool.
some of that other stuff, and we'll still have a little bit of the greeny coming through here with the reddy.
Greeny, reddy, and
Greeny,
bluey.
reddy, and bluey.
That's the other TV show. What you got cooking? Greeny, ready, bluey.
Sounds like our
goodness.
Australian Bluey is the name of the main
That's
character.
fantastic, seriously. I love that show.
That's where Izzy. Okay. I guess she wasn't, wiping adequately, and she had an itchy bum, and she said, "Gigi, I think I have bum worms." And I said, "Good God, where have you heard that? What is that?" He says, like Bluey gets on his show. So I'm like, oh no, crazy baby.
No, you just need to learn how to wipe properly. That'd be super.
Hey, and we are working on that. Now look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
And I am having to do a bit of pulling off the stencil because it got rather attached.
Oh yes, Diane, I didn't know if that's where we were headed with that.
Look at this. Now, I am absolutely not going to screw this up and hurry it along.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. It's going to sit over here because look at that. Isn't that fab? It's fab. All right, well, I've got everything pulled there. Now what? Oh, I know what.
Fanny.
Here we go.
That's funny.
We're going to start sealing up some of the papers. And I don't know, maybe I'll use a little of this.
Yeah, they were very impressed by all that.
All that? Mm-hmm. I know, that was some good stuff, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. You gonna do some big ones?
Oh no.
Oh, it landed on the can.
It landed on the button tin.
The button tin.
The button tin saved the day, and it helps if you're screwing it in on the end that the screwier things are. Not the other part of the lid. Okie dokie. So, that's probably going to be quite adequate, but just to make sure that we've got enough coverage here, we're going to use a little bit of good old Dragonfly glaze. Thank you, Lisa. Is Lisa here today?
She was for a little bit. She's got some stuff going on. Poor girl.
Bless her heart.
I don't know. I need to check in with her fully.
Well, I'm sure glad I brayered that off. That would have been a piece of poop.
Yeah, that would have been.
Well,
you would have purple. Schmaltz is interesting.
Schmaltz is interesting. This is how you mix your paint on your... Don't necessarily have to roll your brayer. It can become
a tool.
A tool.
A shoveling, moving paint device, not just rolling.
Yeah. If you use it on the side, it works quite nicely in that capacity. Okay. We want to get it out to the edges as much as possible.
That was good, Mo. Oh, that's funny.
What did she say?
Anyway, she posted, buy your donut holes here. Got some dinged up donuts, and it comes with the donut holes.
Oh.
There's some talk about donuts and fannies in the chat.
Oh, donuts. I would like a donut. That would be really nice. I broke down yesterday and ordered Danish cookies off of Amazon because
nobody has gotten her.
Nobody would buy me cookies that were worth a darn.
The cookies don't have them. And there's a mission, and the cookies are not part of the mission.
Look at that color, though. Isn't that just absolute? I mean, that's kind of like a light version of Payne's Gray, Fran.
Sort of. Kind of slightly periwinkle. Oh, and you got a transfer of...
Well, I think we're just getting a lot of mucky muck here. Remember, we started off with some.
Yeah, but you got a transfer of your chevron pattern.
Sure did. Okay, I'm going to lay that down on that and kind of try to show you what happened there. But now it's sealed.
For the most part.
For the most part. Now, if I get really aggressive with my my brushing on, once I'm putting it down on something, then I can have a little bit of a problem because it will
loosen it up.
Loosen it. I mean, yeah.
because the paint sort of reactivates, which that's true even if you're using sprays or anything that is water-based and the acrylic paint hasn't like truly fully set. There's going to be a layer of it that does get reactivated.
But it's minimal.
Yeah.
It really is, honestly, minimal.
I don't think there's a cookie that P doesn't like.
Yeah, there are.
Oh, those lemon cookies. We didn't like
Those lemon cookies were horrible.
They were terrible.
And I don't know, I like lemon cookies, but those
didn't
were
like
so lemony that you couldn't even enjoy any of the other possible ingredients that were in there because all that screamed at you was lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That is true.
All right, now, saw what happened with that one. Well, let's use a different approach.
We are a crunchy cookie people.
I like crunchy, and I love those. The Danish butter cookies are like my all-time favorite. And they were on Amazon Prime.
Got a sale on our cookies.
Well, they only carry them at Costco during the holidays. The Danish cookies, the tins of cookies.
Maybe that's just what we tell you.
That's probably true.
She doesn't go to Costco anymore, so she doesn't know.
You think that's not a very good burger? No.
It's kind of, in a little...
I don't know. It looked a little... Yeah, like somebody I don't want to hang out with.
That trinket got tossed. That wasn't a keeper.
I love these
Careful.
high flows.
Yeah, careful. You're braying out some... Or braying off some...
Braying off, yeah, more than I'm getting
Although
on.
right now it doesn't really matter because that's not what you're going for. I
That's
get
what
it.
I'm going for. I've got to get my piece of paper back here and hopefully it's dry somewhat.
Oh, Mary Ellen says crispy shortbreads.
Yes, Walker does a good one too.
Moses, she only wants those Danish cookies because of the corrugated card inside. She keeps those.
I have those little cups.
No,
I don't
she
know.
keeps those too, yeah.
The ones with the
Makes me
cookies,
crazy.
because there's like three cookies per little cupcake thing.
Let's see, are you talking about the delicious ones in different colors?
Well, I like the international ones that have chocolate in them, but I don't know what those are called. These are just plain little, just Danish little
Butter cookies.
butter cookies that they kind of extrude out, with the thing.
They're different shapes, but they're all the same cookie.
Yeah.
Some have the sugary stuff on top.
Yeah, and I like the pretzel shaped ones because they have the most sugar on them. Izzy does too. We both made that observation. Okay, now this has been sealed, but I redid it with some of the membrane stuff, and I'm going to try to bring in a little bit more blue. So we're going to bust open this.
Okay, wait, hold on, because I'd like to use this perhaps as...
All
right, hold on here. We're going to try to cue up something. I'm going to try something a little differently. All right, can you put that back in your hand and hold it over the deal? No, yes, sorry. I forget I have it flipped. All right, P, what are we going to do with this one? What are you going to do with it?
What I'm going to do with this is I am going to reseal it again because now it's on its second round of frottage.
So it was gel printed first.
Gel printed with the, can't even remember what it was now.
So the X's, I believe it's the original.
No, those were added. Those were frottaged. Oh, I know. It's Jazz. AKA.
I believe it was the volume 1 strips. Because there's multiple things there. And it was just a quick pickup in between. And that's why it's on the deli paper.
No, it's not on the deli paper. I'm holding it on the deli paper. It's actually...
Oh, that's right. Okay, sorry.
This is the deli paper that I've been using.
So okay, it's carnival tissue.
Carnival tissue. Okay.
Then what you did is you did frottage.
Yes.
You then put down a seal layer. of probably, what is it? It's one of the golden fluids.
Transparent yellow iron oxide.
We're going to go with that. Then she did more frottage. Now you're about to seal that frottage.
Yes, I'm about to seal that frottage. I want to maintain the colors I have here and not change them, but augment ever so slightly that and bring in that blue. So what I'm doing is I'm going with this one here. Can you see the shimmer of little blue green in there? And I have options here because this one, oh no, not that one. Oh, no,
Not that one.
Okay, now this one, oh, I don't know, that might be a good one too. I mean, I don't notice a lot of difference in those. Oh, it's because they're exactly the same paint.
Are they? How do you have two of those?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
All right, now this one has greeny goldy. I don't know, that might be kind of nice.
I like that better.
I almost think so too.
That's
And I'm not just doing
me.
that because Mariah said that. Sometimes I don't agree with her, so I just don't do what
Sometimes
she
she
wants me
just,
to do.
yeah.
You want to make sure that you shake this up pretty good because when you try to shake it with the lid off, it sometimes ends up in your
Hair.
Yeah. Adequate amount.
So says she.
You know, it's kind of hard to gauge this because you can't really see.
We see a little bit on the one end there where we're getting the light kind of pushing in. So we do see a little shimmer there, but so just a light glazing of this.
Is going to seal the.
Fingers crossed. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Don't promise. Like to set the bar low.
Ye of little faith. Oh yeah.
Oh, we also, I was going to say, I think some things are going to be coming off of there, but you know what it's sticking to? A lot of those cracks that were still left in.
Yeah.
Those are building up.
We got a good
Yeah.
seal because you can see the, if I can get my finger to unstick
There you
here.
go. Oh, yes. And that is a good way to show it off that, you know, it has covered all of that because it has shimmer on it.
Yeah. And this may or may not be used for.
That's the dragonfly glaze, Ricky. So there we go. That one has been sealed.
It has. Is that one?
The gold to, I'll have her show it again. Which dragonfly one was that one?
Well, it's the one that had the, yeah, this one. See? Can you see the little flecks of kind of a greeny gold?
Can you read it?
And, oh, Lord.
Here, hand it to me. It's got shiny and all sorts.
I can't even read the
It is
darn
hard.
things on Prismacolor pencils because they make them in gold. And I'm just like, who was in charge of that decision?
See, and they even call it a color changing top coat. And this particular one is the blue, green, gold.
Yeah, now here's another one.
Yes, and this one's going to be the more red, violet, blue shift. And then there's another one that's the... They really are hard to read.
I can struggle with that till the sun. But I do think that I thought I had 3 of them.
Oh, this one's green, gold, red. So, yeah, there's 3. I had it here. It's green, gold. Green, gold, red.
Green, gold, red?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I haven't done anything to this, but you can see that it's been sealed because it's got some shiny stuff on it. But I want to do something because I think this is so cool when you see this happen.
So there were just many layers of frottage, and she's been using the stencil, so here's kind of, this should answer your question, Deb, on the whole, what she was sealing, because she just did more layers like what she's going to do now.
Yeah. And I wanted to show you, because this is the, and I don't even know where that one is, or I'd get it back out and do it again, but oh well. Good enough for the demo here.
Right. That's the bigger version, I believe, of of Stompy Rocks.
So
I think.
what I'm doing here is I'm taking this contrasting color, as I want to get out some of this orange. I don't want it to all go away, but I want to somehow minimize ever so slightly without losing what is underneath.
I was gonna say, be careful there. You're getting a little cray-cray. Oh, I already really liked what was there. Okay.
Shh, shh. What?
Stitching Art. She says sugar-free cookies. Why? It's like alcohol-free wine.
Yeah. Low-cal beer.
Oh, yeah.
Never understood that one. Okay, now.
Oil pastels.
Yes, and these are lovely. This particular brand, and I don't know where that little booger goes.
They are the Craypaw by Sakuro, right? Sakuro?
Craypaw Specialist.
Uh-huh.
Artist Quality, and I'm reading upside down, oil pastels.
Yeah.
And then it's written in another language, and I don't read that. Okay, now. We will bring back our big mucky plate, which we're getting a lot of really good stuff on.
Do you want to pull that before
Nah.
you do another?
Nah.
Okay, just it was a thought.
Yeah.
You know.
This is a thought. And, you know, I appreciate your...
I appreciate you
Okay,
appreciating it.
This is the blue stuff. Oh, I didn't shake that.
Shake it.
I really like this stuff because the transparency of it, and you do get that little bit of shine and shimmer, which
I'm gonna put these back.
I just really do. I don't know. I like it. It doesn't, you know, reach up and smack you in the face. It just kind of whispers in your ear and tickles you.
Feels magical.
Yeah.
It's not like the disco.
Yeah. There you go. This is more that softly falling snowflakes rather than
Disco party.
disco ball. All right.
Oh, sorry. For those of you that are coming in, welcome. We appreciate you stopping by. We'd love to see, let us know that you're here in the chat. Do give the thumbsy upsies if you've hung out and you're enjoying what you're seeing. We much appreciate it. Ooh. Okay. See how it sort of... I was like, when you put that layer of the frottage in the blue on there, I was a little worried. But now, once you put the sealer layer on there, it brings it all together again.
And it makes it more textural than pattern. When you interrupt one stencil pattern with another, you are creating more textural surfaces, I think, than what would just be considered a pattern.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that I like about being able to manipulate and move the stencils about in the strips.
Mm-hmm.
I really totally love that. Now we do have some stuff on here, and this is really cool stuff, and I have to think what I want to pull this off of here with. Now you'll have to know this is going to go away and ripen.
Yeah, because you got some stuff.
All right, now this is that color that came with the package that Mo sent us. Titan Green Pate.
She's very in love with this.
This is a pretty sexy color.
Sexy color.
You know,
Depends on what crowd you're running with, but
yeah,
sure.
This is like an expensive nightgown.
Not stuff I want to. Yeah. Not gonna go there on that. are you going to pull that on a sheet of the Deli? You kind of have to, because this is your big plate.
It is, and I think that I will, simply because the Deli paper is just a little bit more substantial.
You need a full-on sheet. No, okay. Sorry, that seemed small when I was looking at it.
You don't get as much wrinkling with the Deli paper as you do with the tissue paper either. And that's really, and I can still use this for collage.
Yes, green pate.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Stitching art I do. Ooh. Yeah, that'll be fun to do some frottage on top of.
Won't it? And it's so interesting because it's just picking up all of the little, some of that stuff you don't even know it's there until you get that opaque layer down there to pull it all up. And look, we have shiny stuff. I'm hoping that that comes off too. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. All right, I've gone through everything.
Well, why don't you just play with the new, or you've got your texture paste stuff that's over there. Could be dry. Could be.
Yeah, it's pretty dry. No, it's not. It's still cold on the back.
Okay.
If it's still cold on the back, it's like when you touch your watercolor paper and it still feels cold. Even though it looks dry, it doesn't come off in your hand.
Hello, Stephanie.
It probably is still a little bit on the wet side.
And yes, Wendy, you did. You walked away and you missed the Deli paper. Poor girl.
I can just go ahead and keep. I've got these little guys that I can.
Yes, because these are early ones, so it'll be nice to have that all in kind of one video versus, trying to, piece it together.
True
like
that,
would do.
Mariah.
True that.
All right, let's do something a little bit different here. Let's do the back side. Now we need to do the front side first and seal it, because then when I start rubbing on it, I'm not going to get all that stuff. But remember, if you want to change the color, you can add a really dark color behind it and change it also. But let's seal up the front, and it'll take a couple.
Now remember, this is like volume. There's a volume 2 and 3. I just can't remember which one's which or which one has what in it. Is what I'm trying to say. But those little ones there, those are now available in the shop. That's what she frottage with. So there's the, small strip of the chevron, bloopy loops, the dragonfly wing, and then she did 2 of the dragonfly wings. And it looks like you sorted it along. You either stepped it out or used the large one of puzzle.
I don't remember. But this is chevron, and I went both ways.
Yeah, you stepped it, right? Or you had multiple ones?
I turned it. So I did it all one way, and then I turned it so that it overlapped the other way.
Okay.
Which I thought that was kind of cool.
There you go.
Okay, I'm busting out an 8x10 because I'm really not going to just sit here and muck about with the 5x7s on these larger pieces.
There you go. Move along. You could do some of the big wire stuff too, because you didn't really. All you did. Oh, well, you can't.
I can't because
they're in the
washing. It's in the wash.
She texture pasted with those.
Texture pasted with those.
But they really were good for the texture pasted.
Is this gonna work?
What you doing? No, that does not. That's like right on the edge.
I'm gonna make that work. Damn it, it's really not supposed to, but yeah, I think it's. I got enough of an edge, and it's not a little bit there.
Ooh, are you gonna show? Is that some of what you showed on Instagram, Heather? She had the old cassette tape and used it on the gel print, on the gel plate. That might be cool.
Cassette.
You know, and like pushed it in there. So then you get a print of the cassette tape. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Funky. I like that.
I thought you were using the actual tape. That'd be cool too.
Yeah, you could. You could pull out the tape. You know, it depends on like, is it a good one? No, we sell the cassette player.
Wiggle this gel plate on here. You know, it's kind of like a fat lady. If you move her around a little bit, she can kind of fit into different configurations.
Put her on the Spanx.
Okay, that's gonna work. All right, so let's think about this for a minute. And all right, how about that? That's some pretty wild stuff. That's not anything that I'm going to be using probably on my. But these patterns really, I just did these because I wanted to show them.
Now I would wonder, because it's like, is cassette tape, I would test that out a little bit. I don't know what it's made of. I remember like photo paper sticks, so I don't know if there's any kind of coating or special stuff on cassette tape. You know, the tape itself.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
So be careful with that, Heather. Maybe test it out in a little tiny corner. Ooh, I love this slime green business. Okay, Darcy's going to try it out too. Okay, good deal. Let us know in makers, please. Because that would be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that has a whole different personality, doesn't it?
So Diane has a hashtag, we like our strippers rubbed and pulled. Yeah.
Well, see, you can just keep moving and grooving here. As long as that stuff is still coming up.
Yeah, we have some, or had some, I don't know. What happened to all those cassette tapes? I think they're still around here somewhere. I kept them.
No, I wouldn't keep anything like that. Although I do have a lot of CDs.
Just CDs.
We don't have anything that even plays. Well, we do,
Yeah,
but
you
can't get to it.
Gee.
Okay, I think this is really, really interesting.
I love the coloring on all this. I don't know that it goes with your current project, but
It does not.
I love it.
I'll just pass that over your way as soon as, well, here, you can have this one because it's really, really wet.
Oh. Okay.
Careful. Put it someplace safe.
Don't put my elbow in it.
Yeah, don't put your elbow in it. Fetching my paper. What else we got back here? Well, we could do these guys. You got to do something to them to set it, because I thought about, you know, cutting them out and just using them as little medallions.
Oh. That might be cool.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, let's just, it's going to be slightly yellow because we've got this stuff on the plate, but oh well. This is iridescent medium. Fairly fond of that.
Again, you might be careful with the actual film part that is in the viewfinder. If you put it on your gel plate, I would test it out in a little spot before having it have contact directly with your plate. And yes, that's a good idea too. If you have those old records or 45s, if you really weren't into them, it might be interesting to gel plate print with. Might be cool to like keep them and actually like, you know, collage on top of them and do. That could be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When we were
Hello, Dawn.
we were in Brownie Scouts, Girl Scouts, one of those things. We took old
Bye, Fran.
records and put them over something and melted them down so that they made kind of a bonnet thing.
Yeah, that can't be good. Were you inhaling the fumes of that?
I don't think
Could
so.
explain
I mean, we did it
something.
in the oven.
I don't recommend
And then
that.
we planted flowers in them for May Day.
Oh, and
Okay.
Judy P, she did some really cool impasto stuff on top of CDs. She has done, I think, even some kind of, I don't know if she stenciled stuff or if she kind of poured paint. But she's done a few things with the CDs. Judy P, Crafty's Journey.
She is.
She is crafty.
Boy, she does some mighty fine impasto stuff. She's
our impasto queen. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm thinking that this is working to seal some of this, but I will test it out. But remember this? This was the one we pulled
I love that.
with the thing.
I love that one. I think you should just leave that alone and just stick it in a book somewhere because
It is pretty spectacular, isn't
it's
it?
quite lovely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll put that over there. Hopefully, it won't get stuck to something.
Yes, get.
All right. Okay. Here's this will be an interesting one.
Yeah, see, Liz even says that needs a frame. Yeah, we need to see that, Diane. You need to post that in Makers.
I don't know what to use on this.
Okay, well, if you'd hold it into the frame, that would be really super. So we could all help out. Here's a thought.
All right, everybody thought me up on this.
I think either the quinacridone crimson or even your iron rusty whatever business. I always forget the names of those darn paints.
Oh, iron oxide?
Yeah, that might be the one. Red iron oxide.
Yeah.
Because it'll bump up the red in a way that I think might be interesting.
Oh, thank you. I don't. When you first said that, I'm like, nah, I don't think so. But I'm kind of thinking so.
Because my fear would be if you went with the yellow, what will happen with the black tissue is it's gonna turn kind of greeny. I think.
Yeah, it probably will. Where is my?
Are you out? I got some more over here.
Oh, I think I'm just not seeing it.
There, one of them.
Transparent red iron oxide.
Yeah.
We don't have very much left, but I think maybe enough.
There's another one over here.
Now, I don't ever throw. I've got a couple of them on the cart. When it gets down to the point where it's not coming out here, but I do know that there's still some left in there. I just put a tiny bit of water in there because there will be times when you want a wash, and that's when these come in really, really handy. Okay, that one's pretty much done, but I think we've got enough on there for this. Perhaps.
Oh, I kind of like the wrinkles that are happening there. I think that might be kind of cool, too. Careful, because that stuff isn't that strong. But looky there. Kind of transferred, too.
Yeah, it did. And we did get some of the
Gold. Oh, the shimmery stuff is coming off.
Is coming off again. Still giving it up. That's nice. I like that. That was a good call, Mariah.
It amped up, It was
amped up is right.
But then didn't mess with the black too much. Because you got to watch out, especially with some of this cheaper black tissue.
Oh,
you don't always know it's going to necessarily...
It's poopy.
It's poopy.
I really, you know, I love the black, but I just don't necessarily love the, trying to find something else here that I have, yeah. I knew I had a goodly supply that we needed to deal with.
We're never really worried.
Wasn't too worried. Okay. And most of these I cut in two because I thought I'd use the big plate, but let's see if we can pull that. What do we have down on the big plate? And it just makes it a whole lot easier when you can just get it in one fell swoop rather than, you know, doing all the little different dip-a-dee-doo.
Oh, Lois, she posted in February about some pour painted CDs. Collaged on gel prints. Cool. I kind of remember that, Lois, now that you're saying it.
Look at that.
Ooh,
Wrinkle.
yes, you got your wrinkles in there.
But look at that. Isn't that nice? See, it did pull up a little bit of that shiny stuff. And then I can frottage over this.
Hey, and that didn't have to
with
sit
my
for too long.
Stringy. No, it didn't. But the deli papers dry faster than the printing papers or the hammer mill.
Huh.
Hammer hill.
Hammer mill.
Hammer mill. I swear to God,
the mill
there's
on the
just
hill.
a thing in my brain that I cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, now what? Let's do something different. We don't want to just keep doing the same thing. But we need transparent. Okay, well, let's go with a little. See what happens here.
Yeah.
I'm right here, Mariah's grumbling. She's grumbling.
It's grumbling.
She's grumbling in the background.
That would be the green gold. I think what it is that, like, I love a lime green, but that really isn't lime green.
Well, especially when it's still picking up stuff from their last thing, which, you know, that's okay.
I get it. I don't know about that color.
I really didn't roll that out as far as I needed to.
No. But that's okay. What'll happen there is you can kind of show some. It's baby poo green. It totally is. Yeah.
Y'all don't be dissing my green.
Don't poo-poo on her poo-poo green.
Now, come on,
That's pretty good.
I mean, you know, the top part is slightly froggy, but we know how to deal with that. We'll let that dry, and then we'll come back in with some red iron oxide, which you might need to hook me up with over there. Look at the cool
Yeah,
stuff.
you got transfer there.
You got to transfer. Oil pastels. Oh, now we need to go completely in a different direction on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, this is going to be kind of orangey simply because of what we have out here on the plate, but I'm really not... it's probably not going to pick it up anyway. Oh,
Yeah,
can't
also
believe
the
you
time
handed
that
me
it
that,
does.
Mariah. You handed me
I
that.
didn't know that it like never been. Sorry.
And it's not just never. I mean, these people they double flummox you. Cause see that little condom
Yeah.
thing that's on there. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit
Some
of
just
a.
call it a seal.
It's a seal.
That's what most people call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mo told me that I am so greenophobic.
So what? Greenophobe.
Yes. It's true. It is true.
Oh,
And P gave me a bunch of like the collage pieces from Selva Ventana. And I've been trying to put them in the packets for you guys, but I don't, you know, I don't know if you like green. So if you're placing an order and you want some green collage papers, you're going to need to let me know. Because I don't want to just send them to anybody.
yeah, we have a few.
Because I don't, you know, I don't know. It's my green phobia. Vote green. Yes, go green.
I'm a big fan of green. I like green.
I like lime green. I like certain, like, you know, happy green, but not too froggy.
I feel about that, you know, Pepto Pink that you're really fond of.
I know it's fun. I don't know why I'm so yawny. I'm sorry. Woo!
I don't know either. I've been, taking the pressure off with.
Yeah. She sleeps with Izzy. Izzy sleeps with her. It's really.
And it's because, okay, so last night, the night or night before, she said, Gigi, you need to turn off your movies. They're bothering me. I can't go to sleep. I just laughed my and said, suck it up, sister. Now you know what I deal with most of the time.
And why you're upstairs.
Yeah.
I just got tired of fighting with her about it all.
She says, well, the least you could do is turn down the sound.
Oh, wow.
I said, there's not any sound. I'm reading it. Well, I can hear it.
That's my baby. That's funny.
Let's look at that. Whole different personality.
Ooh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Now, that may work.
Yes, I think so. That could really work into...
That could really work in. Okay, now while we still have this down here, remember I told you we were going to take away Froggy? Not because Mariah's right about that or anything.
No, that would never be the reason.
But because I just want to show you, demonstrate to you what is possible.
Yes, nothing out of spite.
Transparent colors are the bomb diggity.
What you got going on? Is that some...
I don't know. Foreign matter.
Well, frottage. Frottage will do that.
It will.
You want to make sure that once you're kind of done with this process, that you do a full cleanup on your plate.
Yeah. Unless you just don't give a rip. And
yeah, it's a good way to start building up some stuff on your plate.
yeah, it is. Very good.
Foreign matter.
And remember what a
Not so foreign.
wonderful pull we got with this. All that interesting little mussy.
Mussy or mucky?
Mucky.
Yeah.
Mussy mucky.
She's new to the crowd.
Just love that ripping sound. Isn't it wonderful?
Oh. That definitely goes with your stuff now. There's some froggy green in there, but I'll...
And now what I can do is go over it with that pale blue oil pastel.
That will help tie in what you already have going on.
With some of the others.
Colors, yes.
Because remember when we did this one? It's sealed. See? Nothing. Well, my hands are already...
Hello,
Nothing
Kelly.
is coming off. Nothing is coming off.
Oh, Sandy, they're having hailstorms there. Well, we had some crazy rain today. We were very excited about it.
Oh, we needed it so
Izzy put on her
badly.
swimsuit and went and danced in the rain.
She's okay. Our baby doesn't wear a lot of clothes. Okay, so she comes and tells me, she says, Gigi, it'll be fine. There's not anybody out there.
Yeah, I heard you guys whispering.
Did
in
you
the
hear us
bathroom.
whispering about that?
She's funny. So Diane's granddaughter is a PIA to sleep with. She's not comfortable unless she has a toe up your nose and has you been 6 inches in a queen bed. Yeah, that's kind of. There's some flopping and crazy. If you set her up though, if you kind of build a wall, it does contain her for the most part. I have fond memories of sleeping with my grandma too. Well, I don't know what happened there. Are we going to discuss that?
What?
That was pretty. Like, just.
Well, it's not pink anymore. Is that what you're
That's.
disappointed in?
I don't know.
I think you're just being
I think it will be very
naysayer.
Well, you'll see it again because it needs a layer of frottage over the stencil and then we'll see.
I'm still digging out frottages over here, not to worry.
She's been busy.
I've been very busy. Now this one, it's been sealed.
Why don't
But
you do
I want to do some more things to it. Because I think it's got a definite possibility for some.
Yeah. That's some Uncle Joe action there with, I don't know what that bubbly business on the side is.
Well, that was my homemade plate, remember?
Homemade. Oh, with the pieces.
Yeah, and I'm going to dig these boogers out because I forgot all about that. Thank you, Mariah.
You're welcome, P.
Yeah,
So glad we had that conversation.
The bubbles?
Yeah, I glued my bits.
Yeah, and
Frottage plates.
And this is the herringbone.
Nice.
And then here are the little things that I showed you.
That we started with in the beginning. Those were the chevrons that got chewed up, or they were imperfectly perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Back to frottage.
Back to frottage.
Full circle today.
Whoa, I'm having a landslide over here.
Well, I can't help you. You got yourself locked in. Or I can come around to the side and help, but...
Well, I just don't want to be rolling over some of my favorite.
Yeah.
Like that one.
Are you going to show
That
people?
needs to be sealed.
Well, we're past that at this point.
We're not
the frottage.
We're not sealing anymore?
Well, we've got 4 minutes. I'm glad that we're kind of ending on the frottage bit because it really did bring everything around. Actually, I think we did a couple loop-de-loops. It's just not like a, this. It was this. But so whenever you guys place your orders and you ask for your little bits, I can send them to you. Some of you guys I know kind of want it, or I know you, so I send it. I don't know what you do with it unless you post it to Makers and say I glued my bits. It's even starting to be used on Instagram, so that's funny. But I haven't looked to see what other things are on there with that whole hashtag. But anyway, another great way to create some frottage is by making these little texture plates of your own. You can do it with all sorts of stuff too. I mean, you could just, hole punch or cut out stuff and then glue it on top of a thing, and then you have those, and fairly easy probably to store. And if you're placing orders, we're going to send you a little piece of cardboard too, so you can use it for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Hop diggity.
Sharon says, yes, we did. She's on a roll. Must be the hat.
Oh, yes, it must be.
And then Mo says, yes, I glued my bits and then rubbed them.
Be careful about doing that in public.
Yeah.
That frottage can get you into a
Yes, a pickle.
pickle.
Remember, it's Thursday. We're allowed. And if you've hung out this long.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, now I'm going to try a different blue. I don't know that this is going to be the thing to do, but I want to get a little bit more of a tealy presence here.
That was good. But I was worried about that choice. And see, she's just blending out those straight edges, and after a while you won't be able to tell kind of where one thing ended, and it's just going to create more pattern. Well, that might be interesting.
What?
Lexi is considering making a texture board with her little trinkets. May not work because they're squishy in different heights.
Yeah.
But might as well do something with them.
Yeah, I think that they're more decorative than functional.
Yeah.
This stuff, I mean, there's just not that much you can do with it. All right, let's try some white. The white's kind of cool because if you've gone over an area and you don't like that.
I'm not reading that one out loud, Lisa.
What? Hey, you read that.
And then as I said that, I was like, oh, but I wanted Lisa to know that I saw it. Thursday, tickle the pickle with the strippers nearby. There she is.
Look at that. Now, isn't that turning into some awesome business there, folks?
Oh. Yes, very spicy today. Very spicy. Frottage one's fanny. And we do have some dinged up donuts. Make sure you seal everything at the end. That is really the PSA here. Frottage safely. Seal it.
Absolutely. I just think this is really pretty. I don't know if you all think it's pretty, but
Let us know in the
really
chat.
pretty.
Oh, hey, here we are at the end.
At the end.
For those of you that have come in, we very much appreciate you hanging out with us, and you know we are here at the end. If you would go ahead and give those thumbsy upsies if you did like what you saw. Come back, watch the replay, leave us comments. Those are extremely helpful. Just both for us to know that you watched and you enjoyed what you watched.
Tickles
Hopefully,
our fancy.
It tickles our fancy.
Our fancy has been tickled.
Tickles our fanny, yeah. As this chat
Tickles our
goes today.
fanny.
Hey Tishan. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe, ring that bell, and if you are interested in hanging out with us more, you can do that over in the Makers of Mixed Media Art Artists Facebook group. If you like our stencils, things of that nature, or just want to hang out and use the cool emojis, Arty Perks is where you can find that. That's in the chat. All of that information, plus a bunch more, will be found also in the description area where you hit that little thing that says show me more. You will get lots of more information. That's right. So we will be back on Sunday. I don't know exactly what we're gonna. Will you be doing some more, or actually like collaging onto the head?
I'm hoping I'm at that stage.
I think so.
Yes.
With some of it at least. I'm gonna take the head away from her so that way she doesn't do too much. And we actually have some stuff to see because she gets kind of fired up about things. All right, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We will see you on Sunday. Bye.
See y'all. Bye.